Merry Noble Warrior. Cost 2, Strength 5, to play spot a Rohan companion. Rohan. Skirmish, discard 4 cards from hand to make Merry Strength +2 for each Rohan companion you spot. I always liked this Merry, or at least the thought of him. I mean, he's got the sword, he's got the armor, he leaves just enough Twilight to include Eowyn in the starting fellowship. Discarding 4 cards from hand thing, I've never been a fan of discarding cards from hand, let alone 4. It would take quite a bit of deck to convince me to go for it. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with 4 copies, 10 with 4 copies. Yes, we have a lot more than just the 9 companions here. So they are discard bait. We've got some armor, shields, helms. That's not 1 helm, that's 2 helms. Some spears, more spears, swords, and then some hobbit support because we want Merry to stay alive if he can't quite pull off the feat of strength that we want. Lots of horses, few events. You know what's silly is, in a deck that's this big purportedly, there's like 4 strength pumps. Well, I guess we got these too, but that's like kind of saving Frodo's life if we need it. We got no use that way. It balloons out, and yet you still want more. So what we're looking at here is a fellowship of 70 cards, which means we want a deck on the shadow side that doesn't mind cycling and cycling and cycling. The basic strategy here is to get some trackers out early and get your good conditions down, particularly under the watching eye, but then the Spies of Mordor, so that we can draw and draw and draw. During your fellowship phase, when you're attacking with Merry, or rather defending with Merry, basically you just want to dump whatever shadow cards you have in your hand, because you got a 140 card deck. You're going to draw, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 orcs, but they're going to start drawing things for you. With guys like Orc Insurgent, Gate Veteran, Gate Trooper, we have the Orc Pursuer, of course we have Grishnok and the Gate Soldier. Lots of different options for that. Some other special cards, the Eye of Sauron. We've got the Teeth of Mordor to stack minions and find them later. Of course, if we can get a bunch of guys out, a nice little X-list card. Hey, we've got a neighborhood thing going, don't judge me. And then Rope and Winch, which basically has the same attitude as Merry. We're just going to discard and discard and discard until the opponent doesn't want to meet us there anymore. And then just get very, very strong. Basically what I've discovered in my limited experience with this deck is that it's the shadow side that really thrives on the large size of the deck. The fellowship side is basically along for the ride. So, basic strategy, try to get the fellowship to go first, and essentially plan on not having the engine ready yet and stopping at Site 2. That's okay, we want time to really build things up. So then, we have the time for the shadow phase, maybe our opponent goes to Site 3, we just catch up leisurely on Site 3. From then on, try to use site advantage on the adventure path to allow these minions to build, and to see what we can get going with the Rohirrim. Yeah, so there we go. What's the biggest deck you've ever built?